For 24 years, many heavyweight champions before you, before me, before us, but they didn't have the opportunity to fight for the Undisputed Championship for one reason or the other.
Of course.
So, all we've got to do now is dance. And I look forward to the challenge.
Do you think at some point in the future?
Honestly, speaking honestly to God, I don't have any rivalry with Alexander. No hatred. No, there's no rivalry.
It's just business.
Just business for me. Go in there, do me thing, he's going to do his thing, and that's it. I don't hate him. I don't dislike him. He's a likeable character. I've got nothing bad to say about him, but it's unfortunate for Alexander that he's got to fight Tyson Fury in my era. So that's it.
The look on Alexander's face. I mean, I found this interview extremely interesting. It's almost like he was torturing Tyson Fury with his eyes. Because one thing that I could say that I noticed, Tyson Fury looked hella uncomfortable. Never to want to look his way, always looking down, constantly, almost like apologizing and pleading to him in a kind of a way. I just find it interesting because I never seen Tyson Fury so, I'm going to say bashful in a way. It's not a shocking that he's respectful. It's just not what I expected when I thought that I would see this face off. You know what I'm saying? Especially somebody who could take advantage because, you know, Usyk can't speak, you know, that much English and he can. And that's obviously his time. But it looks like Alexander Usyk, without words, is totally in Tyson Fury's head.
More than anything, why I respect you more than all the other boxers is because your faith.
Yes, yes, of course.
That's why I respect you. Listen, champion, great. But to see someone also, a world champion who's also big faith in God is unbelievable.
Of course.
So, all we've got to do now is dance. And I look forward to the challenge.
Alexander, now that you are here at the table, do you have a message for Tyson Fury? Do you have something you need to say to him or you would like to say to him?
Щоб він не втік нікуди.
You wouldn't run away from Usyk, would you?
Yes, it's very scary.
Always said one of the big factors in this fight will be whether Tyson Fury is motivated or not. And judging from his body language and his facial expressions and how he looks, he's very uninterested in having this fight, although while knowing how important it is. I just don't think he's quite up for it like he's been up for, you know, the Wilder fights or something like that. I mean, he seems concerned, yet at the same time unenthused. And maybe that's what his father was talking about when it comes to the concerns with even taking this fight.
What about you, Alexander? Do you need extra motivation?
My motivation is my family, my country, people who now support my country. It's Ukrainian soldier.
Which is why the reason he even put it off and gave you a Francis Ngannou fight in the first place. But I fear that Tyson Fury's excitement to get up and beat Usyk is just not there. But when you look at Usyk, the confidence is oozing off his face, almost as a bit of sarcasm. Once again, without saying a word.
Been boxing my whole life. I'm not bothered about him or 10 men like him.
But it's a massive fight. Yeah. Do you need something extra to get motivated for Alexander Usyk?
No. We've been fighting for all the belts, undefeated, legacy, as they want to call it that, ton of money. What else is there to get motivated?
Been around the two of you a lot, and I can sense that both of you just want to get this day over, get back in the gym.
I don't train this far out, come on. Who do you think you're talking to?
Ticking over.
A professional athlete, come on. I train 4 or 5 weeks for these fights.
You said you trained 12 weeks for Francis Ngannou.
Please, yeah, like I trained 12 weeks for Wilder and everybody else. 4 or 5 weeks. How much training does a man need? 3 or 4 weeks of sparring, 1 week resting, done.
Alexander, you trained more than 5 weeks?
Я 5 неділь можу боксувати без перестану.
So basically, we have two boys. You both train for 5 weeks. It's one of the biggest fights in history, but you're only training for 5 weeks.
We've been boxing all our lives from little boys. How much training does we need? I'm sure we're not going to forget how to box. And it's not a fitness competition, is it? So, you know, I don't think you need any more than 5 weeks training.
Have you had to do anything special for Alexander? He's slick, he's clever. Are you bringing in special sparring partners, Tyson, or are you just doing your normal Tyson Fury stuff?
Just the same stuff. I'll bring in some southpaw left-handed sparring, obviously. And that's it. What can you do for a fighter? Can't really do much for him or me or anybody. It's the boxing match. If he's better than me, then he'll beat me. If I'm better than him, I'll beat him. And that's it. There's no more, no less to it.
And this is how you know Tyson Fury is capping. This is how you know he's concerned. Because he's saying he don't train that much for these fights. Or, you know, I'm a professional athlete, but everybody around the world is talking about what kind of shape Fury is in right now. I ain't never seen Fury look like this. You know what I'm saying? Period. You know, he ain't got like this for no other fight. Hell, he didn't look like this for the Klitschko fight. You know what I'm saying? He didn't look like this for the Wilder fight, even though he was intensely putting on weight. But it just so happens for Alexander Usyk, somebody that he's not concerned with, you get in one of the best shapes that we have physically ever seen you produce in boxing, but you ain't really training for these fights. That's why when I looked at this interview, I looked past the bravado and the bullshit and stuff like that. I looked at the body language. I looked at the intent. And the man just flat out looked concerned, unenthused. You could tell he doesn't want to do it, and he's having a hard time getting hyped for this fight. He can go ahead and train till he's blue in the face, but if his mind ain't right, you know, Tyson Fury is only good as his mental. You know what I'm saying? His mental is up. He get up for the fight. He'll get in there. You know, he'll perform wonders and all that other stuff. But as of right now, it's looking to me that Alexander Usyk is in Tyson Fury head. But then again, you know, this is heavyweight boxing. At the end of the day, this could not mean nothing, or it could mean everything. But I'll leave that up to you. Like, comment, subscribe. Bruce Vane, I'm out.
What about you, Alexander? Many of your opponents are naturally taller than you. So will you have to do massive adjustments, big adjustments?
Не треба. Я готуюсь до нього вже на протязі багатьох років, відтоді, як він переміг Володимира.